In the top stories, NIVIS budget debates begin. ECCB given audience with cabinet to discuss legislation, and the junior minister Philip launches new ministry. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Get the kind of value you'll love that's unmatched at Courts now. We're unmatched in quality and prices. Buy any item and get up to 30% off the second item of same or equal value store-wide. When you shop with Ready Finance, you can get it now with no cash and pay over time. Now that's unmatched value. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply. Promotion runs February 28, 2023.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Caleb Barrage. The 2023 budget presentation of Nevis Island Assembly continued on Tuesday with the budget debates. The first presenter was leader of the Nevis Reformation Party, Honorable Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge, speaking for the opposition. During her presentation, Dr. Daniel Hodge said she was disappointed in Premier Brantley's presentation on Monday and expected to see a more robust and relevant budget. In her critique, she said that within the budget, there was the omission of employment opportunities and lack of ideas to diversify the local economy.
When we consider the global space within which we must operate and the external factors such as climate change, health crises, and the cost of living that we must cope with, one would expect to see a more robust and relevant budget. Madam President, the glaring omission of employment opportunities and lack of ideas to diversify our local economy is appalling. No creativity, no innovation, nothing new or exciting has been presented.
She also said that more effort should have been put towards building resilience to the impact of climate change. The morning session also featured a presentation by Deputy Premier, Honorable Eric Evelyn, who spoke of the developments within his ministry. On Monday, Premier Honorable Mark Brantley laid out a $261.6 million budget under the theme Charting the Pathway to Socio-Economic Transformation, Investing to Accelerate Growth. The Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, extended an invitation to representatives from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, to attend Cabinet on Monday to discuss the legislative agenda for the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, which remains outstanding in St. Christopher and Nevis to date. The legislative agenda included enactment of amendments to the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank Agreement Bill and the enactment of Banking Bill, as well as issuance of banking licenses regulations and issuance of banking abandonment property regulations. The legislation is necessary to support a resilient financial sector and advance the economic development of member countries while managing risks within the ECCU. The presentation was made by Merlise O'Loughlin, the Director of Legal Services Department at the ECCB, who stated that, quote, one of the largest strategic threats to our plan for regional development is a delay in the passage of important legislation. The timely and successful execution of legislation is essential to our member countries' long-term stability and economic growth, end quote. Prime Minister Drew gave the Governor of ECCB, Timothy Antoine, the assurance of the Cabinet of Ministers and the Attorney General's office that the legislation will be brought before Parliament in quick order. Junior Minister Honorable Iselene Phillip officially launched the new Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Aging and Disabilities at a brief ceremony on Monday at the Solid Waste Management Conference Room. Junior Minister Phillip explained that the mandate of the new ministry is to support social developmental change through policies and programs that are equitable and inclusive of vulnerable populations. She said that the aim of 2023 is to roll out several initiatives to further advance the work of the ministry.
We have a great focus, and we seek to ultimately increase positive engagement and volunteerism among young people, and we hope to do that by UCBCSB promoting youth groups, hosting events, and coordinating activities with various interest groups and stakeholders. And we've already been doing that. As you can see, just the program this morning is quite inclusive. We've had selections and contributions from all aspects. Of course, we also plan to implement policy frameworks that enable inclusion. So we plan to see how we can establish the national and adopt the national disability policy, the youth policy, and elderly abuse policy. So these are some of the things that we hope to accomplish within the year.
Junior Minister Phillip expressed confidence in the team that is tasked with ensuring that these key initiatives of the ministry will be carried out in full. She thanked the team for its hard work and support. She also highlighted the support of international partners such as Cuthbert Woods, resident United Nations Country Coordinator, for endorsing the new ministry. She noted that the government, quote, looks forward to continued support of UN agencies and multi-agency partners who help to resource our work, end quote. The Joseph and Franz General Hospital has upgraded its biosafety cabinet, which is used for mixing chemotherapy medication. This upgrade is described as part of the hospital's ongoing commitment to providing the best care possible to cancer patients and ensuring the safety of staff. The upgraded cabinet provides a sterile environment for the preparation of chemotherapy medications and removes airborne particles and contaminants, ensuring the safety of the medication and the staff working with it. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Sharon Archibald, was quoted as saying, "We are pleased to be able to provide this upgraded biosafety cabinet to our staff and patients. Ensuring their safety is of utmost importance to us, and this upgrade is just one of the many steps we are taking to transform healthcare in the Federation." Director of Health Institutions, Dr. Jensen Morton, said, quote, "We were able to upgrade the type of cabinet that is used for this function from a Class 2 cabinet to a Class 3 cabinet, which can allow us to work more efficiently in that department and which can improve the overall quality of outcome for both the patients as well as the staff members that work in the oncology unit," end quote. The upgraded biosafety cabinet was commissioned on Friday and is already in use by the staff of the oncology department of the hospital. After the break, Europrotocol hosts diplomatic training event in St. Kitts and Nevis, and Access Hope Social Club hosts workshop for seniors and the disabled. Stay with us.
Here are your Horses Value Mart IG Value Club Valentine's specials.
Running February 9 to the 22nd.
Our Value Club Blue Tag specials, IGA and Essential Everyday Honey Beer, $15.99. Quaker Granola Bars, just $11.99. Or Ida Fries, $18.99. Breyers Premium Ice Cream, $26.99. Tide Liquid Detergent, $34.99. Suavitel Fabric Softener, just $19.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals. Post Honey Bunches of Oats, $12.99. Snack Pack Puddings, $5.99. IG and Essential Everyday Cream Cheese, $6.49. Welch's Grape Juices, $15.99. Mr. Clean Liquid Cleaner, $12.99. Dial Liquid Hand Soap, $5.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart. Tell them in Spanish.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
We embarked a couple of years ago on a transformation program, and that is essentially to push the company into the 21st century. We're seeking to continue to be relevant, continue to be the leader in the business community, because if you stand still, somebody else is moving ahead of you.
We now employ about 110 persons on Nevis across the group. Back then we probably had half of them.
TBC impacted people's lives. Have about a handful of people who will tell you, TBC is my life.
Supporting stakeholders, obviously very, very strong and committed staff, and customers who believe in us.
Well, the scholarship program is, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best in St. Kitts.
Almost every year you get a student who says, one day I'm going to be Prime Minister.
I was interviewing for the Warrell Tyson Scholarship Program. Eventually was told a few weeks later that I was a successful recipient. Those soft skills, I think, were tremendous and still serve me even up to today.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in collaboration with the Euro Protocol, hosted a 3-day certification training over the period 16th, 17th, and 20th February at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. The training focused on a diplomatic protocol related to diplomatic events, official and state visits, public relations and media communication, as well as dignitary protection. Euro Protocol is a London and Brussels-based company that specializes in the training of international business and diplomatic protocol, professional and social etiquette, and cross-cultural communication towards a global network of public and private sectors. Members of several government-affiliated institutions of St. Kitts and Nevis participated in a wide range of discussions relating to diplomatic protocol, bilateral and multilateral meetings, events, management, professional and social etiquette, and public relations. According to information out of government headquarters, it was expected that this training would have a positive impact on the diplomatic skills of its participants and their respective institutions. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs intends to organize a follow-up training to impart the gained knowledge of this program among other officers of various government entities in the near future. Access Hope Social Club hosted a workshop on managing money while aging, internet safety and Braille held at the IT Center on Tuesday. The workshop was geared towards retirees, seniors and persons living with disabilities to offer awareness on managing their funds while they age. President of Access Hope Social Club, Makasha Wana, outlined the aim of the workshop.
The purpose of this was to assist the seniors and persons living with disability on sensitizing them on Braille, how to manage the money while they age, and internet reinforcement on internet safety. Each year we try to set our goals on what we try to establish as as a club, and to reach out to our members and the general public to give information and feedback to the seniors on how to manage themselves, how to elevate themselves. So this year was no difference. We launched our activity book today as well, which we have in sensitizing the public and also our club members on how to motivate themselves. So we have in that book affirmations.
Database manager of the St. Christopher and Nevis Social Security Board, Sheldon Connor, spoke with the participants on internet safety. He explained the importance of this topic in this technological age.
It's important for them as one of the more vulnerable demographics that they understand how to operate online, the things they need to do to secure themselves and the challenges and threats that they face. The one thing I want to impart, and I'm trying my best to deliver, is that when it comes to security, it doesn't matter the fancy devices, the fancy software, and all of that you have, even though it might be important. The most important aspect of internet safety is ensuring that you understand the risks that you face and what you can do, because most time it depends on the actions that you take to protect yourself.
Marketing manager at National Bank, Sherna Pemberton, who shared on money management, said the bank is pleased to have partnered with Access Hope Social Club for the workshop.
National Bank is proud to partner with Access Hope Social Club, an organization that rallies around the aging population to ensure that they maintain healthy lifestyles, they're empowered, and that they don't feel forgotten. And so we've partnered with Marcus Awana to showcase this morning's session, which covered sort of speaking to the seniors about ways they can navigate the internet safely, how they can manage their money properly, what they should look out for when surfing on the internet, etc.
The topic of Braille was also presented by Braulia Odin of the Cotton Thomas Comprehensive School. On Tuesday, Access Hope Social Club also launched the Recreation Center, which will be officially opened in April. The center will be located in St. Peter's and will offer seniors and persons with disabilities an area to relax with other club members. Officers in the fire and rescue services are sometimes required to use forcible entry to gain access to a building or property to fight a fire or to rescue someone. That's according to fire substation officers Timothy Martin and Rommel Williams during their appearance on ZIZ's radio program Fire Talk on Tuesday. Martin spoke of some of the instances where forcible entry would be used.
Forcible entries would be, of course, fires. Let's say there is some suspicious odor that is taking place inside of a property. Chances are we might be one of the persons called to gain access. It could be the smell of gas as well. All right, so not just a stench of someone who has passed, but as I said, it could be a stench of gasoline, anything unusual, abnormal. We could be called in to gain access to that building. Also to perform some sort of rescuing. Sometimes we have to engage in rescuing someone. It could be out of a vehicle.
Williams said some of the forcible entry techniques include taking off doors and cutting locks to gain entry.
Now, some of the components that you find that we have to be forcing ourselves into are things like doors, windows. We might have to cut through walls, which might be extreme to have to go to the wall.
But not forgetting that there are dry walls as well.
Yeah, I know. So, I'm thinking about
the concrete wall.
Walls.
Yeah, so.
But as you mentioned, the dry wall, sheet rock, and that kind of stuff. Sometimes we have to cut through locks. We have to cut off locks, and fencing and roofs and so forth. So we have to come to the roof sometimes.
Can't forget the roof.
Depending on where the fire is again.
He added that using this technique is a risk that would sometimes end up damaging someone's property more than the fire itself, and as such, fire officers would need to proceed with an abundance of caution.
In the case of, forcible entry in a house that is on fire, there are certain things you need to know that you can't do while you're doing forcible entry. For instance, which side of the house do you force yourself into, whether it's the front door or the side door, because if you go to the wrong, if you make that wrong entry, then you could actually have an explosion. It's like a huge fireball develops and it comes straight at you. Takes the door off. You could actually take the side of a building off and take you with it. So it's really
dangerous.
Yeah. So it's like I said, as he said, it's a technique that you have to learn, and you have to learn it properly. Otherwise, you could cause more harm than was there originally.
Fire Talk airs every Tuesday on ZIZ Radio at 9:30 a.m. during the morning show with GQ. The St. Christopher Area Support Authority, SCASPA, continues to affirm its commitment towards the development of staff and its skill set through the recent international training of its 2 cruise trainee pilots. On Saturday, SCASPA's cruise trainee pilots, Karen Pereira and Muriel Knight, departed the Federation for the commencement of a 2 to 3 week course at the Clinical Simulation Research Center, STAR Center, in South Florida. The bridge simulator and electronic chat display and information system training course will cover areas of advanced ship handling and bridge resource management, among other cruise and navigation simulating topics. After successful completion of the course, the pilots will return to the Federation as newly qualified trained pilots. Coming up in regional news, Antigua and Barbuda government's plans outlined in